Test, test, test. Okay, everything seems to be going fine. Relatively fine. Hey Pi, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. So glad to have you here. Congrats again at first. Hello me and hello you as well. Man, every time I get you got an ad? Oh, R and MYD. Oh, okay. That is very good to know. Very awesome. But hi AID. How you doing? Do people like call you by that abbreviation? Like every time they refer to you, they say AYD? Or am I supposed to like pronounce it somehow differently, like aid or a? Oh man, I didn't even know how I would like read that. Try to call them aids. No, no, don't call them that. No. Oh gee. The correct is AYD. Okay, so people just call you AYD. Okay. Does it stand for anything? People call me aid. Oh, okay. So aid is fine. Okay. Yeah, aid does roll off the tongue a little bit better. I don't mind however you call me. Alrighty. AYD. Aid sounds, it's just easier to say, you know. Not that there's anything wrong with AYD. Like, a lot of VTubers tend to have, like, bigger, more complicated names. Like, I mean, I'm one to talk. My full name is Avalophinus von Kreutz. Nobody, except for me, can even pronounce it. But people just call me Finn, or Finnis. But people usually prefer Finn. And I do like it when people call me Finn. It's kind of cute. AID, AYD, AIDS, AD, ADHD, AHD. Some people just call me Plays. Yeah, Plays feels very, I don't know, like they missed the numbers, the letters. Video games. Book. Anyway. But feels out of place. Ooh. You got them, boy. You got them. How are they ever gonna recover? 36 cycles, okay. Cycles seem to be passing way faster in this game than in the previous game. But yeah, what I was talking before, like every stream, I'm like, oh, I should get like a starting soon screen. Oh, I should set up my Twitch bot. Oh, I should do this and that and the other thing. Oh, I should create a Blue Sky account and a Twitter account and create VODs and do clips. Then I get off work. I have like an hour before I have to stream, and I do nothing. I do absolutely nothing. Oh man, I need a life coach or something. I need somebody to just whip me into shape. Using my $1 million healing wand. And instead, Finnis takes all this time licking himself. I will neither confirm nor deny that. His self. That's a good one. Okay, now to remember where I left off, I think I finished one of the side quests. Yeah, it got me a drive. Well, not a drive, it got me a skill point. So now we can do some things, and then we can go to take another contract. Cutie got flustered. You know me, it's not difficult to get me flustered. You could even say it's one of my main appeals. And there are the ads. Well, not to worry because I'm not doing anything important yet anyway. We gotta go buy some supplies, motherfucker. And get some fuel. Actually, I don't think we need fuel right now. We can get fuel later. But we do need supplies, motherfucker. Oh my gosh, 75 Rio? Why are supplies more expensive than freaking fuel? Oh well. Time to go make some moolah. Make some money. 50% positive, 50% neutral. Positive! Yeah! Gotta stay positive, guys. Yeah, keep it rolling, baby. Negative outcome. Because if it was less expensive, it wouldn't be worth holding. Supplies, motherfucker. Alright, what items do I have? Solheim data, process scrap, engine components, rare components. I've got nothing to sell, actually, which is interesting. Well, nowhere to sell these things, is what I mean. Vogue, true. Literal, nice. Okay, let's use this glitch die. Hail Mary time! Come on, baby! Nah. Oh well. Let's get a snack. Think we can get something super cheap here. Yeah, just say wreck. Not supplies. Frio. Scrapper ship. We can sell some stuff here, I think. We can buy scrap components, we can process scrap. Oh no, we cannot sell scrap here. Interesting. We cannot sell scrap. Anyway, I think that's almost all of the secrets on this station. I could spend... Actually, no. I'm going to go back here to the station anyway, so no need to worry. Your penance is 7 Hail Marys. Oh no. No, please no. I can't take that many. Yeah, we got 3 big booms. Why did that suddenly go into my head? Anyway, let's go. Not end cycle. Don't need to worry about the fuel right now. We are topped up on supplies. So let's go to the map. And here it is, hidden wreck. Eugene's tip-off. Eugene has the location of a lost wreck that, he said, holds some priceless salvage. Is this a wild goose chase or a golden opportunity? Only one way to find out. It's gonna take me 3 fuel. And I have to take Eugene, right? And I'm taking both Eugene and Bliss. The stress is 0, which is good. Travel to the contractor. Would you chase a goose for $40? Without hesitation. Are you kidding me? Absolutely, I would. Vogue Finistrally is cat-coded. The question though, do I get the $40 after catching it or just for the effort? This is not what you promised. Seraphim turns to Eugen with a raised eyebrow. Looking out across the field of debris scattered around the small asteroid whose gravity has kept them there, you have to agree. Where do we even start looking? Eugen shrugs, unfazed. I said the wreck was hidden. Transporter off, no flight records. I didn't say it was intact. If this was an easy job, I wouldn't have come with your crew. Would have grabbed it myself. He winks. We all earn our share. That's definitely more than one wreck. Bliss is leaning towards the window, staring out at the glinting debris. I see at least 3, maybe 4 different engine housings out there. Seraphim sighs. You really think there's something of value to be pulled from all that? I know there is. My tip-off is good. We just need to find the right part. Oh my god! Oh my gosh, Rand! Oh my god, thank you! Thank you for the subscriber! Man, I really need to add like a proper sound effect to the subscribe. Like that's still the basic Twitch one. I need to do something. I need to add something special to that. Eugene is a cute anime girl, right? From some gacha game. Oh yes. Well, 2 actually. There's the one from Kantai Collection or Console, as it's sometimes called, and the one from Azure Lane. One is a lot more classic, like, classic anime girl, ship girl. The other is, you'd find her content on a certain website that's named after a certain rule. That's all I'm gonna say. But they're both pretty big. Hey, howdy, Rand. Time to put in a cat fart when subbed. How is a cat fart different from a normal fart? Okay, but consider Nyom sound effect instead. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be something cat related. The intention, of course. Mayhaps. If I ever do get a cat and I manage to get a sound recording of it farting, then we have a deal. I will make that the subscriber sound effect. Anyway, in other news, I have been looking for artists to potentially sketch up a original model idea because I am getting ideas. Ideas are forming in my brain. The mood board is still a little empty, but that's just because it's hard to find good reference material. And where was I going with this? Oh yeah, the artist is really good. Their name is Rachel. Actually, I forgot how to pronounce her name properly. We just call her Rachel. Rachel, and she is awesome. I would give. Can I give shout out to people who aren't here right now? Can I give shout outs to like literally anybody? Let me try. Let me try. But first, I gotta remember how to actually spell her name because it's a meme in her community that people can that like. It's a funny spelling, but everybody just pronounces it as Rachel. I mean, you means zoomies, and zoomies means cats. My logic is absolute. Ah, the zoomies. But I thought you was cat. Are we living a lie? I am cat, but not all about me is cat. Some parts of me are of stinky humans, unfortunately. I think it'd be a Goofy and Dingo situation. What the hell is Dingo? Anyway, Reitsaru, that's how you spell it. Okay. Slash shout out. Alrighty, there it is. Uh, Rachel, we just call her Rachel, like with a W at the beginning. Rachel, and she already has done some work for the channel, actually. She has made the Dustling emote. Let me just post that real quick because it is adorable. Yeah, there it is. It's me. It's a little dustling. It's a little dust particle. It's so cute. I forgot to share it in the freaking Discord server. I should do that. And yeah, it is adorable, and she takes commissions. She draws some pretty good stuff, and we may be getting her. May. There's no guarantee. I don't want to make any promises, but I am considering it. I am considering it. I just need to get into a more stable position in my life and get a more concrete concept to actually present, because I can't just contact an artist to draw them, to ask them to draw something I can't even imagine. But yeah, just gotta figure some more things out. Okay. I know where it is. My tip-off is good. We just need to find the right cut. He looks out at the white field of the breeze. Of the right ship. Let's get to it then. Nah. Any clues? What I know is that wreck with an item of great value is lost here. That's it. He unstraps from his seat. Are you all afraid of some hard work? Is that it? Seraphim starts laughing. So you're telling me we don't even know what we're looking for, where it is, or what it's worth? Trust me or don't, Yunjin shrugs. This will be worth your while. This is a hot tip. Sleeper, please. Seraphim turns to you, exasperated. Suddenly, a percussive beep interrupts the conversation. All of you turn your attention to to Seraphim's terminal. What the? He taps a few keys. We've got an incoming ship. The transporter just popped up. See? Yunjin smiles. What did I say? A hot tip? We better claim it before they do. He jabs his finger at the readout. Beep Kenshi reference. I mean, not gonna lie, this guy does look like he's straight out of Kenshi, not gonna lie. What have you gotten us into? Eugene looks innocent. I've given you a head start on a big hole. Don't waste it. I see a few obvious sights. Large bits of debris, clear hull sections. We should focus on those. Blues unclips from their seat and glides out of the cockpit. See you lucky kids at the airlock. Ready, Cup? Eugene slaps you on the shoulder and kicks off into the cockpit door. Oh, hey, Neri, what's up? Welcome. Hi. Welcome. So glad to have you here. We are playing some more Citizen Sleeper 2. Turn to Seraphim. I don't like that guy. Seraphim shakes his head. Me neither. Give him a chance. Honestly, I don't like him either, but right now we need to stick together, so give him a chance. Seraphim turns back to his terminal. Hey, you're the one who has to go out there with him. Look, just be careful. You nod and glide through the cockpit door, already trying to map the scattered debris in your mind. Hmm. Alrighty then. Transponder signal. Incoming vessel. Seraphim has detected the transponder of an incoming ship. Who's on your tail, and what do they want? Somebody wants the bounty before we get it. Pitted asteroid. Scavenger's Hall. There has to be something of worth among the remains that dot the asteroid. We just have to find it. Crash shuttle. Shuttle. Getting into the shuttle will take some work, but you swear you see the blinking light of a terminal inside. Okay, this one might be more useful. Plus, it has a hacking check, which I am proficient in. Scattered wrecks. Wreck hunting. Finding Eugene's wreck means searching the debris field in hope of uncovering it, even if it even exists. Oh, there's also interface. Okay. And it's only a risky pull, not a dangerous pull. What is okay? This one, it has a lot less segments, a lot fewer segments. So let's do this because this one directly mentions what Eugene is looking for. So I'm guessing this is like the important one. Oh, also, there's no like structural damage for no structural damage threshold, so we don't have to worry too much about failing rolls. Hell yeah. Prince Eugene. Yep. That's the ship girl. Well, it's a ship, and I'm guessing you are referring to the ship girl. Like I said, there's two versions. There's the Kantai Collection version, which is older, and then there's the Azure Lane version, which is you might want to look her up in incognito mode. That's all I'm gonna say. But both for top tier waifus. Okay. Wait, Kantai Collection had names of the actual ships too? Yeah, absolutely. Kantai Collection did the ship girls first. Then Azure Lane came by and decided, what if we did the same thing, but gave all of them absolutely humongous badonkers? Can't really fault their logics. I thought that was just Azure Lane. Are they the same company? Nope, nope, not at all. Kantai Collection is a completely different thing. Azure Lane is just the other biggest ship girl thing. And most of its success is because they are going absolutely 100% into the fan service side of their thingy. It is legit almost impossible to find a hornier gacha game than Azure Lane. I'm gonna be honest with you. So be careful looking up anything about that game. Okay. Other role. Neutral outcome. Azure Lane is a trade-off. On positive side, you can't lose characters permanently, unlike Kantai Collection. On the negative side, YMMV, I guess. My god, it is perverted and embracing it. Yeah, like I said, it is going gun-ho into the fan service side. It didn't start off like that. The super early designs were fairly similar to Kantai Collection, but then at some point they decided, hey, let's stop competing with those guys about chip girls. Let's just go all in um, on fan service. I thought Azure Lane, Crosswave, and Formidable DLC and didn't even play it. Crosswave, I heard that it's not very successful. I heard that Crosswave actually is kind of struggling right now. So I gotta look into this Azure Lane, huh? Yeah, do it at your own risk. Sorry, I'm getting ready for a trip in 1.5 hours. YMMV? What's that mean though? What is that? I don't know what I don't know what that is. But yeah, if you want nice designs and cute girls, go for Kantai Collection. But if you want, I don't know, something else, I guess. I don't know how detailed I can be on the stream, but yeah, if you want more, Azure Lane's got you. I never played it personally because, well, the game itself offers nothing I can't just look up on, on the internet. Slippery fingers. Reminds me of Miku Miku Dance. YMMV, your mileage may vary. Oh, your mileage may vary? I still don't know what that actually means, not gonna lie. Hmm. Do I risk it with a biscuit? Do I risk it with the 25% roll? Your masseuse may vasectomy. AKA, tail on it may depend on the person. Oh, okay, fair enough. Like I have a friend who was unironically playing Azure Lane, like, trying to get the characters and stuff. And they complained about the gacha elements quite a bit. And they were also complaining about how much money it costs. So yeah. If you're interested in the characters, absolutely fair. I like a lot of the characters too, but please do not play it. It is a very bad idea. Oh, neutral outcome. Awesome. Yeah, this is a risky thingy to do. Let's see if there's something Bliss can do. Surprised Bliss doesn't have an interface proficiency. She can do slice the door, but that is a dangerous roll. What about the asteroid itself? Search the wreckage. Now let's do this one, and 50% positive. She can do this. She can do this. Ah, she got some stress out of that. Okay, negative outcome on this one is definitely gonna be real bad. Let's not risk that. I played the game, and if there's one thing you can't fault on Azure Lane is their commercial model. At least last I played some years ago, it was extremely free-to-play friendly. Huh? Really now? Hmm. Well, that's actually very nice to hear. I'm surprised, considering the type of game it is. Like Azure Lane is going so deeply into the fan service aspect of everything that it doesn't even have a proper story. Like there's nothing else for you to do than collect your ideal waifus and get very risque skins for them. But if they're making that easy to do, then hey, all the power to them. What is with me and typos today? Sorry. No, it's okay. Just keep track of your typos as you spell them. What else? This is also a risky roll, so yeah, nothing. No way I'm gonna use Eugen for anything. especially not a dangerous role. Who knows that what that might do to the guy? Yeah. That's some nap time. Endocyclo. I wonder what Eugene originally was. Like, what the name's based off of. The ship. The ship. I keep telling you, they're ship girls. They are based on real historical ships. Prince Eugene is a ship. Either a World War II ship or a World War One ship. But like, yeah, that's like they're called ship girls because they are based on ships, and they're in a large part of the Azure Lane and Kentai collection community are huge nerds for the ships. Like they don't care about the girls; they want the ships. Sounds like something outside of ships. No. You underestimate how crazy people go about World War era ships. Like every time there's like a new, every time there's like a what? Yeah, but what is the ship based off? Oh, that's what you mean. Okay, look. To be fair, all of the messages kind of look the same. Two of your messages end with based off of. So my brain looks at that and immediately thinks, "Oh, you already read that message. Skip it." Okay, so yeah, what the actual ship was based off. I imagine old monarchs or something. Specifically, it's based on the World War II Kriegsmarine of the same name, Prince Eugene. Mm. And yeah, it's a German warship. At least I'm guessing it's German because Kriegsmarine is a German term. It's basically warship. And yeah, I'm guessing it's like it's common for them to name ships like a royal feminine name because they're treating the ships like royalty, which funnily enough gives the designers an excuse to turn their ship girls into like classy ladies and stuff. Hmm. Right, crush shuttle, be destroyed. Right, new rolls. New rolls means wow, I got 3 6s. This is awesome. We can get this right away. Three big booms. Hmm. Is game still hard? Well, I just started, so we just started this contract, so we'll see if it things spiral out again. Like the previous contract, it started out pretty decently, and then it turned into an absolute disaster. So no way to tell how this one will end up. Hmm. Okay, I've got a three-sided die. I could use it, but I will need a success. Hmm. Now what? Let's try using my reroll. Ooh, perfect. Bloody beautiful. You find a wreck that is a likely candidate, based on what Eugene knows. Time to investigate. Ah, okay. Eugene's wreck. Unlock with cipher. What? The wreck's outer door is sealed and reinforced. The only way in will be with an access cipher. Perhaps there's one else? Oh, are you kidding me? Now I gotta hack this door. But I'm guessing that this is where the thingy is going to be. Bliss and Eugen are absolutely useless, as usual. Finn, my cat is meowing at me and I can't understand. Can you translate? She said meow, 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 meow. Ah, okay. She's saying she's hungry and she wants pet pats and she wants something to drink and she wants your attention, but only for half a minute. And she will act like she doesn't want it the whole time. But you didn't hear this from me. Okay, three-sided die. Let's give it a try. Come on, baby. Neutral, hell yeah. Oh, I can't risk these guys though. And the other ship is going to arrive in one cycle, so yeah. Time to take a nap. Holy shit, you were right. I know. Look, me and my kin, we are on the same wavelength, you could say. Eugene, you piece of shit, where are you? The distorted voice rattles through the ship as you are all finishing your breakfast in the mess. Everyone turns to Eugen, Seraphin already shaking his head. There's not, he says under his breath. You suddenly recall the steel-eyed captain who confronted Eugen in the gyre back on the far spindle. Open this airlock before I do something I'll regret. As her voice echoes through the room, you realize she must be at the rig's entry lock, using the comms panel out there to speak into the ship. Eugen? He shoots you a resigned look. We should let her in. You kick off towards the door, but Seraphin drifts between you and the exit. Sleeper, you sure about this? You can see he is angry, but is also looking to you for reassurance. Look, Seraphin, they're just going to talk, okay? It's just gonna be chill. He nods. Alright, but the moment things start to go south, we boot them both out. Eugen follows you as you glide down the airlock and hit the control for the exterior door. Let me handle her. Eugen gives you a nod. You've done enough. This is my ship. Fine. You know what? Yeah. Fine. Handle her. Whatever. No skin off my back. She has no beef with me, only you. My cat got on my keyboard, and when I tried taking her off, she had a claw and a key and flipped the keyboard. She's jealous. She sees another cat and she feels her position is threatened. What you need to do now is calmly explain to her that her time is over, that I am now the imported cat in your life, and she will always only be second place. Okay, fine. He nods appreciatively and drifts forward between you and the airlock. Damn rude, but true. You watch as the airlock cycles, and past Eugen, you see the silhouette of Vesna through the viewing window as she removes the helmet of her suit. Though he has been playing it cool, you see Eugen takes a deep breath in preparation. I should shoot you back there. Vesna floats through the airlock door, her eye implants glinting. But I wouldn't want to give the wrong impression. Her metal eyes make it impossible to read her tone. Let her talk. Is this how you treat all your clients, Eugen? Promise to deliver the coordinates they helped you find, then instead, when you find out their value, go to another crew to try and steal the prize out from under their nose. I knew you were an amateur, she smiles, but I didn't know you were an idiot, too. Tell whatever stories you want, Vesna. Until I am paid, there is no deal. Eugene smiles. Did you pay me, Vesna? Vesna looks frustrated. You know as well as I do that payment was on receipt of the was on receipt. What the hell? Receipt. Receipt. On receipt of the coordinates. Does this mean on receiving the coordinates? Ah, whatever. Oh, we got a bot. Shall I smite them before someone else does? That's great. Hee. Careful and bot beep boo. I didn't see a bot message. It was restricted, but I still had to manually destroy them. Autobot puts them into an isolation chamber, and then I put them into the forever box. So must have been caught. Yep. Well, sorry to say, but I won't be able to deliver. Deal's off. You piece of shit. Vesna's hand goes to her hip. Now, you're a guest on this ship. Seraphine's voice comes from somewhere behind you. Let's all remember that. You turn back to see Seraphine holding a hull bolter at his waist, its wide muzzle trained on Vesna. Oh, damn! Damn, Seraphine, hell yeah! Guardian angel right here. Vesna lets her hand go loose at her side, abandoning her threat. Of course, she sighs. I thought you might all see the breach of trust in the situation, but I was wrong. I don't even have the choice to. I don't want to escalate this. On that, we are agreed. She backs a little towards the airlock door. Eugen? She looks at the freelancer. Don't think I'll back off. My team can find this damn thing faster than any mongrel crew. First to the prize takes it all. May the better crew win. Stay silent. Vesna slips back into the airlock and hits the control panel. The door scissors shut. Eugen suddenly tumbles forward as if something hit him in the side of the head. Idiot! Seraphine stands behind Eugen, having swung the heavy muzzle of the hull bolter directly into his head. If you ever put this crew in danger like you did again. Seraphine is right. Eugen catches himself on the wall. He is okay. He wipes a little blood from his forehead. I get it. I was sloppy. Your whole thing is sloppy, Seraphine bristles. This is how you get yourself killed. As much as I'm enjoying this display of aggression and idiocy, Bliss's voice comes from behind you all. We still have a contract to complete. And now we have competition. We should leave. Cut our losses. Now wait. Eugen wipes the corner of his mouth with the back of his hand. All this and you're going to give up and turn tail? Eugen is right. I don't want to say Eugen is right. I just want to go finish the job. But that is the only option here that lets me stay. He's right. Shit. You're right. All right. He glides over to Eugen and pats him on the shoulder. Time for you to prove your worth. I'll be watching. Man, can we replace Eugen with Vesna? Vesna is a lot cooler than Eugen, not gonna lie. Vesna's hunt. Vesna is determined to find the wreck and claim its prize. If we don't get to it first, this will all be for nothing. She's got a way bigger ship. The Limahound. Ooh, that's a cool name. But yeah, we got the rolls. We can do this. We got the rolls. We get the skills to pay the bills. Any cat boys yet? Not yet. Honestly, this game could benefit from some cat boys. Or at least cats. The first game had a cat. I wonder if the second one is gonna have one too. Okay, another one. Okay. KKK. I have good news. You do? Oh, did you Google? Did you Google if there's cats in the second game? I am curious. 50% positive, 50% neutral. Come on, baby. Nice. We got shuttle access. The airlock is open. Time to see what waits inside. No, but I happen to find the information. Ooh. Information. Oh, I gotta keep doing shit. Ugh. The shuttle might have the data you need, but extracting it means systematically working through its systems. Banks of terminals line the shuttle interior. Perhaps there is something useful hidden in the decaying drives. Okay, I only need 3 major successes. Use a number 2 die. That's a 25% chance of failing. Don't like that. You do get a kitty stowaway. You can capture and release them, or feed them and make them a friend. Oh my gosh! Yes! Yes, we can take the cat! Ah, yes. The citizens don't want you to know this, but the cats on the eye are free. I have 25 cats in my rig. El Gatto 2.0. Pet me, I dare you. Okay, Eugene can do this one. Ready to go, sleeper. Ready to go, sleeper. Job done, sleeper. Neutral outcome. Got some stress, but who cares? I don't care because who cares about Eugene? Now you know what I have. Again, there is no health on the actual mission, so I can waste dice at the cost of their stress. It's my stress that I need to worry about. Neutral outcome, nice. Would they actually have that accent since they grew up on a space station? Makes you think. Wait, who? You mean the characters I give accents to? Or like me just joking about the cat speaking Spanish? But oh, Eugen, right? Probably not. But seeing like look at his clothes and like his clothes, his name, the way his dialogue is written a little in a way that he would be speaking a bit differently. So I am kind of adding the accent as flavor. There is no actual evidence that he does have an accent. However, in the previous space station we were at, there was a character who explicitly had an accent. Though the game didn't specify what kind of accent, it just said it was a thick, undistinguishable accent. And I figured, hey, he's a big guy. His name is Karsten. I'm gonna give him a Slavic accent. Unfortunately, he's probably dead. Yeah, he looks Chinese, at least Asian. Yeah, definitely. He's definitely a space Asian. So I don't know what this means in this world because it doesn't look like this is like just a relatively high future. This is like super far in the future where like the solar system isn't something people talk about because it's so far in the past or maybe so far away from where we are right now. Spatian. Okay, that's funny. But yeah, I'm kind of trying to give him a like Asian accent, but it's kind of falling flat, and I'm also kind of worried that it might be insensitive. Is it insensitive? Is it okay for me to try to do that? I don't know. I just like doing voices, guys. I don't know. I don't feel I don't feel like it. Wait, what do you mean? You don't feel like oh, you don't feel like it's insensitive. Okay, okay, fair enough. I just know that that there are a lot of people who genuinely feel like it's not the nicest thing to do, but like I'm not doing it as a joke. I'm doing it as in if this game had a dub, I would really like this guy to speak and have a proper accent and stuff. But since the game doesn't have a dub, I have to substitute. Okay, nap time. Neptune. Okay, let's keep hacking this thingy. Six-sided die. Do your wonders. Hell yeah. Come on, baby. Yes, we got it. Hell yeah, that's the unstable cipher. A cipher is transferred, an access code for the ship the shuttle departed from. Now just to find where that ship is. I know exactly where it is. Some sci-fi media should have everyone have the wrong accents for earthly thinkings. It would be cool in my opinion. Wait, everybody have the wrong accents for our earthly thinkings. What do you mean the wrong accents? Like characters who we would expect to have one accent have actually another accent or something else? Like we would think the accents are wrong for their look. Oh, that's what you mean. Okay, that would be cool actually. Yeah. That would be really nice. Basically like space because if humanity ever became like a spacefaring civilization, that stuff would a lot of that stuff would happen. Like colonies would begin being created. Certain countries would probably make their own colonies, like with their astronauts. Then there would be a lot of mixing, and since it's space, there's no real, connection to their homeland. So there would be a lot of like evolution of culture. Like some accents would get carried on, and some would start mixing with other accents, and it would lead to this very interesting exchange of cultures the further into the future you go. And I would really like to see that actually, like a fun little inversion. Hmm. Okay, let's go use that cipher. Natural outcome minus unstable cipher. The Rex doors grind open to a dark and dusty interior. Time to head in. Wrecked cargo bay. Really? I gotta search this thing now? Oh well. Finally, Bliss and Eugen are going to be useful for once. 100% positive. Stay positive. That was too easy. 50% chance. You can do it, Bliss. Neutral outcome. Good enough. Neutral again. Better than nothing. I didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna reroll one of my dice. Oh, six-sided, hell yeah. Let's get this bread. The wreckage is cleared. Time to open her up. The cargo bay doors shudder open in silence as Eugene levers them apart. This is it, the final layer to pull back before you reach Eugene's mysterious prize. You can't help but feel a little excited. Some say that because we have such an easy access to each other that we are losing differing accents and languages. I wonder if without faster than light communications, we would go back to having new languages accents again. That is also interesting. I don't think we would get new languages per se, but we would definitely get new dialects, new accents, and new words. It would definitely accelerate the evolution of language. But if communication remains as easy as it is today, it may actually go into the opposite way, and we may start developing like a proper world language, which will eventually outgrow every other language. And eventually, alternate languages may become something like a family tradition or something, which is only practiced by a few families and cultures. However, if communication is not so easy, like you might have like a colonies that remain isolated for quite some time, then you will definitely get more unique evolutions of linguistics. There's also a sense of satisfaction to the idea that you beat Vesna's crew to the wreck. You found it, you cracked it open, and now you will be the one to reap the rewards. Focus on the job. The doors are open enough for a person to glide through now. Beyond, there is only the darkness of a cargo bay. You follow Eugen in, the headlamps on your suit lighting his back and the dusty void beyond. That's what would happen without faster than light travel. Hmm? Oh yeah, without faster than light travel, absolutely. Then you would have to rely on, like generational ships, colony ships, and stuff like that. Like, just think about how far the closest possibly habitable system is. Proxima Centauri. That's like several light years away. So even if we were to build a ship that can go at the speed of light, it would take years, decades to even reach that place, to even begin colonizing it. Messages would also take so freaking long to send and arrive. Like they would only be able to, like all the culture they would have is what they brought with them. And building the civilization on that isolated rock, they will definitely 100% evolve their own cultures. So it also very much depends on who was actually chosen to go for that. So it brings up like an interesting question, like who would be allowed to go on such an expedition? Not just anyone. Like I imagine there would be some people in high places who would actually take the question of what kind of culture it would develop into account. And some maybe not for the right reasons. Uh, But it would be very interesting to see. And it reminds me of Mass Effect Andromeda. Travel would go to being worse than back in the Middle Ages. Yeah, pretty much. Like in the Middle Ages, like yeah, going across the sea is a one hell of a voyage, but you can always get back and go back and forth several times within a lifetime. But like traveling in space without FTL flight, yeah, that's a generational trip. There's no going back from that. That's a one-way trip. Took months to cross countries. Back and forth once or twice would be it. Yeah. Space is the final frontier, and it is absolutely scary how big it is. Space is cool. Oh yeah, space is also super cool. Oh, I just realized this shit kinda looks like a hand, doesn't it? Kind of looks like a hand. You see the boxes appear, as if by magic, out of the dark. Eugen glides past them. Does he not see them? You stop and take a look at the loot. A stack of four sealed boxes sit in the middle of the bay, their armored exteriors caked in dust. You wipe it away and squint at the aging label. They look like industrial ship components, still sealed, totally untouched. And the belt, where most tech has been through hundreds of hands, patched up and reconfigured. This is a solid hole, but not the kind of hole that gets crews fighting over it. Something doesn't add up. Like seeing those videos on how big the distance between planets is insane. Yeah, it's freaking insane. Insane and scary, but also so damn cool. Hmm. Something doesn't add up. They aren't here. Eugen's voice crackles through the radio. Where are you? Back wall of the bay. Come see. You kick off from the crates and glide through the dark until you see Eugen, the back wall of the cargo bay, something that confuses you for a second. A black shape, a ragged circle, around Eugen. You squint. Inside it, tiny lights twinkle. It takes you a moment, but you slowly realize what you are looking through is a hole in the wall to the stars beyond. There was a hole the whole time? Did we not think to actually look around the damn cargo bay? Rather. Ugh. Like the sun the size of a basketball would take hours to drive to Pluto. Someone beat us to it. His voice is flat. They are long gone. Vesna? No. Look at the edges. This was a long time ago. They punched in and took it. What is it actually? Eugen turns back to you, his face pale in your torchlights. He seems to be lost for words. Folks? Bliss's voice comes through the suit comms channel. I've got Seraphim telling me Vesna's crews are heading this way. So whatever it is you're doing in there, if you wanna keep it, grab it and get out now. I'm already heading for the rig. I'll get the cargo bay open and prep for your arrival. Don't waddle. Hmm. What was that reaction? To what? Take one last look. You scan the bay and notice braces into the floor near the lead. Whatever this thing it was big, and it was tied down. To the message before that, Oh, to the Pluto thing. Well, I just read it. I didn't really react to it, but it is cool. I just didn't react vocally. But I do like space. Back when I was a kid, I was like writing this. I had a huge writing project where I was doing this huge world building thing of like a sci-fi universe. But like there was no FTL, so it was all like contained within the solar system, and that led me to like do a lot of research about like the fancy planets that are within the solar system, as more specifically the moons. And oh boy, they are so cool. Yum yum. You should look at the writing in Rodina. Love that shit. Mm. I try to get not too inspired because I do want it to be, special. Like like my little personal kind of thing of writing. The more I do like looking at stuff for inspiration, but I'm also very weary of, being subconsciously inspired a bit too much. So yeah, maybe one day play it, but the game is very, very early access. I can just wait. I can just wait until it's not early access. Eugene suddenly seems to regain his focus. Dictates, let's grab them and go. You glide back across the bay, your mind still racing with questions. Something about Eugene's reaction tells you he knew what he was expecting to find here. If that is the case, you think, it's yet another lie he's told you. Wait, 20 years or never? I don't think it's coming out at this point. We'll see. The dev does seem to be still working at least. Who said 20 years? I don't know if it's 20 years or not. I just said that we can just wait until it's not an early access anymore. I really hope you two idiots are on your way back. Seraphim chirps over the radio. Because Vesna's boys are just about to reach that wreck you're on. We're inbound. Eugene quickly responds, then clicks his radio off. Well, well, well. Tell me then, what ancient and powerful treasure did you find on that rig? Gold, a Conway warhead? 3 crates of components. Sorry, buddy. Seriously? Sleeper, me and you are need to have a serious chat. You cross the debris field to the ship in silence, your eyes on the scrap for a sign of Vesna's crew. You don't think they'd end with you, but then again, you wouldn't put it past them. As you reach the cargo bay and guide the crates through the open door, you shoot Eugene a final glance. Give me time. I'll explain in time. You consider pressing him, even shouting at him, but you realize there will be plenty of time for that on the journey back to the far spindle. For now, you just want to get out of here. Man, this is job after job of letdowns. Man. This kinda sucks, not gonna lie. But we might still be able to salvage something here. Yeah, it's gonna be 20 years long. Similar amount of time for me to get my game out of beta. 3-sided die. Fuck it, why not? Oh, Scourger's Hall, nice. And fuck it, why not? It's not like we're gonna lose progress. Damn it, give me another shot. Nah. You don't have to worry about Vesna anymore, so let's take a nap and keep scavenging. Holy shit, it broke both my dice. Are you kidding me? Holy fuck you, game. That is dirty. You do have lots of rare components though, so I should be able to fix them willy-nilly. Okay. An old cutter in much better shape than the rest has been identified. That will be the best source of scrap. New location. Gather scrap. Okay, only Eugene can help here among the debris. Parts of this cutter are still in good condition. With some work, you might be able to extract some good scrap. Some good crap, more like. Job done, sleeper. Yep. Nice, I can see that. Percent neutral, 50% bad. Nice neutral. Hell yeah. Isn't there someone else? Stop being a baby, Bliss. Awesome. I'm as surprised as you are. Good job, Bliss. You pull out a stack of good-looking scrap. This will be of interest to the far spindle scrappers. Hell yeah. Raw scrap, nice. And now we can skedaddle on out of here. Alright, oh, I almost pressed end cycle. Yeah, there's nothing else for us here. Contract concluded. You can travel back to the hub, but once you leave, you will not be able to return. Leave the contract? Yes, sir. The US bans foreign produced solar inverters. What the fuck, man? Oh, gosh, fuck the US. It's so freaking weird. Like, I blame the data centers. Like first they build the data centers. It takes power away from everyone. Now people are looking for alternate sources, so they obviously take the solar panels. And now they take the solar panels away. What the fuck, man? Finn, help me get out of here. I would absolutely help you get out of there if I could. But alas, I am a cat living on the island of Avalon at the edge of everything. It's kind of hard to get a good signal here, not gonna lie. But yeah, I very much advise you to get the hell out of there. I wouldn't even go there on vacation, man. The US sounds like hell. Eugene has spent the journey back to the far spindle avoiding Seraphim as best he can. It might be that he is afraid, but you get the feeling it's more likely that he has been making himself scarce out of a genuine sense of regret. Seraphim, however, doesn't see this behavior so favorably. Slimy shit won't even show his face. Seraphim complains loudly as he finalizes docking. Putters in a Spacey screw sights with no care for anyone but himself. Stay silent. You hear the rustle of movement behind your head and turn to see Eugene in the cockpit's doorway, a rare serious expression on his face. I owe you all an explanation. His voice is low and steady. Believe it or not, this was not my plan. Yeah, your plan was to find the loot and that wreck and split with it, wasn't it, big man? No, it wasn't. Air him out, Seraphim. Bliss cuts in from the back of the cockpit. Vesna has been searching for a ship. Eugene looks over your heads at the far spindle. An infamous ship. Seemed, seemed like she already had a ship. That was part of the problem. Not a rig. Eugene looks down towards him. A fraction of a drive ship. An interstellar ship. That seems to shut Seraphin up. You don't blame him. An interstellar ship? Here? In the belt? That's tech from the core systems. No way, why didn't you say so? I shouldn't even be telling you now. Yunjin frowns. Word gets out that there's a factory fresh ship somewhere out the belt. People kill for less. He shakes his head. Gangs kill for much less. You're telling me there's a fraction ship that no one has ever found that's been sitting here since when? Since the collapse? Believe it or not, that's exactly it. Interstellar is such a good movie. Yeah, I liked it quite a lot. Unfortunately, my memories of it aren't so fond because I watched it with my brother. And he has a way of ruining a lot of things. But it's not the movie's fault. The movie was fantastic. Vesna put me on the trail. She wanted me to find his location for repayment. An old debt. But the moment I found the data that verified his existence, that confirmed the ship was out there, I couldn't give it to her. That's when I found me. Why keep it from her? He folds his arms. You may have met Vesna, but you don't know her. She's one of the last people in the belt who should have a ship like that. Well, no one has a ship now, if it even exists. Need I remind you that it wasn't there? Your data was bust. No, it was there once. Those wrecks, those were ships that had fought over the fraction ship. A bunch of Solheim operatives who wanted to get out of the system when it all came down. And that ship was their ticket. The Aphelion Path. It was there, but someone moved it, hid it, long before we got there. Oh my god, hi Pookie! Pookie! Hi Missy! Oh, it's so good to see you. How you doing, Pookenheimer? How are ya? We are watching, well, not watching. Well, I guess you guys are watching. I am playing Citizen Sleeper 2. Very fun game, very interesting. Lots of reading, lots of me yapping and reading out loud. Lots of fun. How you doing, Pookie? Hi, I just woke up. Oh my gosh. Wait, as in woke up, as in it's morning for you, or you slept in? Either way, I hope you had a good nap. Rise and shine, beautiful. Sounds like a fantasy to me. Eugene nods. I believe this fantasy, sleeper. He inhales, long and deep. I am sorry, sleeper. And to you both as well. I wanted to keep this secret. I wanted to find the Aphelion path. And I knew that if I did, you would understand. Still, I was wrong to manipulate you. He bows his head. But I'm not done. I will find the ship, and I will leave the belt. And how will you do that? With no ship of your own in Vesna on your back? Eugene ignores him and moves closer to you. Sleeper, I will uphold our deal. I will serve on your crew, and when I have news of the Aphelion, you will know. And how can I trust you? Only you can answer that, Sleeper. I would give you my word if it was worth anything. Hmm. I just woke. Oh, yeah, I already read that. I slept in. Worked super late last night. Aww. Don't work too hard. Working is cringe and gay. It's much more based to do odd things. Hmm. Seraphim turns to you. I know, I know. I always say it, but this time you have to listen, Sleeper. This guy is no good. I know his type. Don't bring him. This can be your escape too, Sleeper. Eugen meets your eye. Man. Okay, this is an interesting choice. Usually I would be like, what the hell, I'll give you another chance, but Seraph, I don't wanna make my relationship with Seraphim worse. And the guy did kind of screw me over. Hmm. You're so right. I have today off debating on streaming, to be honest. Hmm. Well, depends on what you stream. You could stream something super chill and super cozy so that it's more like a fun activity rather than a task or something taxing. That's usually how I approach streaming. If I don't feel like streaming, I just stream something that I would be doing anyway. But I like the guy, also ship. Well, that's the other thing. I'm not really interested in an interstellar ship. Like we barely explored this part of the galaxy yet. I don't want to leave too early. Make it that bad. I would be. Hmm. Hmm. Ah. Hmm. Decisions. Decisions. Oh man. Another thing is, I know that Bliss probably isn't saying anything, but I'm pretty sure Bliss would side with Eugen. Bliss would probably be willing to give him another chance. So, hmm. Escaping that dude is probably a lot easier if you get off his arse. That is also true, I suppose. An interstellar ship would pretty much guarantee that Lane will be gone for good. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. You've convinced me. Okay, you're in. Seraphim sighs, getting up from the seat. You've got a lot of proof. You better get on with it. Eugen meets his eye, but says nothing. When Seraphim is gone, he looks at you and nods. Thank you. He turns and leaves too. Quite a ragtag group we got here. Bliss nudges past you. I know you understand what second chance means for you, Sleeper, but I'm glad you see. But I'm glad to see you understand what others need. That other man, I can't read today. But I'm glad to see you understand that others need the same. They slip out before you can respond. You stare out of the cockpit at the lights of the far spindle. You hope Eugene understands this mistake, and you hope even harder that Vesna doesn't hold a grudge, even though you know for a fact that she does. You sigh. The bunks are going to need expanding at this rate. Hmm. And I got an achievement! Recruit Eugene to your crew. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the guy, but I imagine there will be some character development eventually. I need a sip. sleep is still tugging at me, so I'm gonna head out and rest for a little longer. Great to see you, Pookie. Say likewise. It's great to see me too, but it's also great to see you. Bye bye, Busy. Have a good rest. Enjoy yourself. If you do stream, I am definitely gonna check you out. Bye bye. Or you can be like the bad guy from the first game. Hmm. The first game had a few bad guys, and it was pretty easy to handle all of them. And he doesn't look like any of them. Nanaibon. Anyway, I meant the guy from the end. The guy you thought was good. I am struggling to remember who you mean. The guy I thought was good? Oh, yeah, I know who you mean. Damn it, what was his name again? Uh the hacker dude. Glasses guy. Yeah, the hacker dude. Yeah, I remember now who you mean. Ah, screw that guy. If I see him again anywhere in this game, I don't care if it's meta to not trust him. I am not trusting him. But yeah, man, I forgot his name. That's how much I hate the guy that I didn't even bother to remember his name. Anyway, let's go repair our dice. Yeah, now I have Eugen and Bliss as crewmates. I can tell them to go gather supplies. Meanwhile, I am going to repair my dice. Rare componente. And another one. And nice, all of my dice are tip-top shape. Hell yeah. Now let's go trade in some of our scrap. Process scrap and some trio. And this stuff. Nice. Okay. Get some nice process scrap. Can I sell it here? Oh, no, this isn't the selling point. This is it, but no place to sell anything. And I have to do that on another station, I guess. All of my dice are tip-top shape. Means it's time for a run-in with Mr. Bounty Hunter. Oh no, please no. No. Lane hates dice. He hates tabletop games. He destroys the dice. Oh man. But nah, Elaine is quite a far bit away. This is basically how close he is to finding me, and it is literally just at one segment. And every time I travel, this goes back down by 3 segments, and contracts count as resetting the hunt meter. So as long as I keep moving, I'm actually pretty good on avoiding him. Anyway, let's go get this done. Wonder what this will unlock. You found a member to watch for you. Now you can play for your own winnings. Sleeper suspicion. People are usually suspicious of sleepers, but they get especially suspicious when you repeatedly win games of chance. Venture gambling. Now that you are vouched for, you can play games in the casino, but you feel the eyes of security on you. Huh. So I can only win 4 times before they decide that nah, you're winning too much. Buzz off. Well, okay then. Neutral outcome. 18 Trio. That's not a bad payout. I have to admit, that's not so bad. 25% negative. Nah, I'm good for now. Let's do this one. 8 Creo, nice. Now let's go buy some supplies, motherfucker. Or maybe we should grab fuel. Okay, let's grab just a few supplies. Let's not max it out yet. Okay, 3 supplies sounds good enough. And let's buy 1 fuel. Now let's see how far on the map is the thingy, the closest station. We can go to Helium Gate, or we can go to Float Sam. I think we should go to Float Sam because there's one of my missions wants me to go there. What about the others? Diagnose Frame, that's the one that wants me to go to Float Sam. Seraph and Sister is on Wellspring. And Wellspring is up here. Huh. I would either need to find a Hasnav, or I would have to go here, and then here. Shouldn't be too difficult. Help Nemba. Get the spores from Greenbelt, that is very far away. Investigate Hexport. That's... Wait, okay, Greenbelt, and this is... Wait, what? Oh, scatter yards, yep. So Greenbelt, that's scatter yards. And that's Greenbelt, okay. And there's Darkside, right in the middle of everything. Let's avoid that one for as long as we can. Nausea frame. Okay, it's gonna take 4 pieces of fuel. Verme Victor. It's hard to tell where Flotsam ends and the ship parked in its many docking bridges begin.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I'll have you know, I showered relatively recently. Thank you for the no shrimping redeem. And oh gosh, I really need to up the price on the Nya speech. Oh gosh, Nya. Well, let me get the timer, Nya. Where is it, Nya? Here it is, Nya. 5 minutes, Nya. Okay, there we go, Nya. There's gonna be a lot more reading in this game, Nya, so you're gonna hear me, Nya, quite a lot. Up the price and up the time, Nya. Nya. No, the hell I'm not, Nya. As Seraphim docks with the station, you realize that the rig now looks like just another piece of accumulated technology, Nya. One more bit of driftwood added to the raft, Nya. I love this place, Nya. Seraphim smiles as he shuts down the engines, Nya. You never know what you'll find, Nya. You've been here before, Nya? Yeah, back when I first came to the belt, yeah. The crew I signed on with used to run salvage shops out of here, yeah. Fun place to spend your wages, yeah. You see Bliss eyeing the station with what looks like both horror and fascination, yeah. You see the seals, yeah? They point at some twisted assembling of the ship parts, yeah. Those cowboy wheels, yeah. They could pop any moment, yeah. Seraphin waves away their concerns, yeah. Oh, that's just the outer layer, yeah. I heard there's 6 or 7 in all, so if one fails, it's no problem, yeah. Please tell me that wasn't a 6-7 joke, yeah. Please, video game, please, yeah. This is a relatively recent release, yeah, so whoever was writing this could legit be thinking, haha, 6-7, yeah, haha. Oh gosh. He stretches and turns to you, yeah. You gotta taste some of the stuff they grow in the old Takae, yeah. That's good shit, yeah. He kisses his fingers, yeah. Oh, great, yeah. Bliss sighs, yeah. So many layers of redundancy and fallbacks that you have no hope of isolating a leak and fixing it, yeah. They rap on the wall of the rig, yeah. Sounds like ship I know, yeah. Defend the rig, agree with Bliss. Hmm, yeah. I don't like either of these options. Agree with Bliss, yeah. They smile as you join in with the joke, but Seraphin doesn't look impressed, yeah. She got, she got you out there, didn't she, yeah? He looks between the two of you, yeah. No sense of gratitude, yeah. He was joking, yeah? Bliss looks a little hurt and drifts off from the cockpit, shaking their head, yeah. You got to follow, but Seraphin puts a hand on your shoulder, yeah. He looks suddenly serious, yeah. Remember what I said about getting checked out, yeah. These artificers know all over. These artificers are all over this place, yeah. It'll take a bit of searching, but we need to know what's going on with you, yeah. That's why we are here, yeah. Good, yeah. Let me know what they say, yeah. I'm gonna see if my old haunts are still open, yeah. Catch you later, yeah. Catch ya right, yeah. Catch ya, yeah. You are left alone in the cockpit with a view of Floatsam's chaotic structure, yeah. You look over the multicolored plating, yeah. It does, you admit, have a certain charm, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, there's only one place to explore here, yeah? This place is tiny, yeah. Huh. Okay then, yeah. And I like how you can see a star underneath it, yeah. That is really cool how the background actually changes even though it's all just space, yeah. Alrighty then, yeah. Flotsam Hub, central connecting structure, yeah. Flotsam Explorer. Learning the chaotic structures of Flotsam from corridor to ship up. Timer is off. I don't have to say nya anymore. Don't stop me, nya. If you wanna have a good time, I'm having a ball. Don't stop me, nya. Oh, I love that song. If you wanna have a good time, just give me a call. Okay, let's do explore faults, analyze the structure. All of these are decent, pretty much the same risk level and skill chance. Let's try them both. This gives me 2. This gives me also 2. Okay, doesn't matter. That's already 2 locations. Ferrous tanker. Buy scrap components, buy fuel, fill fuel. So this is where I buy fuel. Good to know. Oh, also, I should probably tell Eugen and Bliss to gather fuel. Or you know what? Let them gather supplies first. And then we can just buy the fuel because fuel is cheaper than supplies. Okay, floats and hub, the narrow escape, crash ship turned bar. Take a recovery contract. Oh, ooh, a contract. Client Alma. Alma. That sounds familiar. The narrow escapes barman, Botan, has a tip about a recovery contract. For a few chits, he'll give you the coordinates. Stranded rig, Alma, safe. Otas. Ooh, first time I ever had a safe contract. My rig's blown its propulsion and I'm stranded on some godforsaken rock. Repair crew needed. We'll split haul. No time wasters or thieves. I'm armed. Requirements. Recover stranded rig, payment, scrap, plus components. Not a bad contract. And it's a safe one. I'm curious what safe contracts are like. You have paid the fee on this contract. You need to complete the job. The client will pay you directly. Okay, let's leave the bar. Let's keep going. I have a lot of energy, so I don't really need to worry about losing anything. Float Sam Explorer. Neutral outcome. Hey, let's look how far away that contract is. We do have enough fuel to get there, but we do need the supplies. Cover stranded gig, scrap plus components. Wait, is there like a time limit? Doesn't look like there's a time limit. I think we're good for now. So I wanna use my Hail Mary dice. Oh wait, I have a level of stress. Okay, we can't have that. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Nice. Okay, now let's take a nap. One more glitch die, but I think we got a piece of supplies. But I would like to go buy some, so let's keep exploring. Oh, these are not good dice, unfortunately. Ah, shit. Oh, but it did give me progress. That's good. Alt Takai. For supplies. Ah, this is where I can buy supplies. Work the hydroponics. Alt Takai is the oldest ship in Flotsam, and now serves as a huge hydroponic farm, keeping the station alive. Shifts are always available. Well, I cannot do endure tasks, so that's a no-go. Let's keep using my die. What's the worst that can happen? Everything. Everything can go wrong. Nice, neutral. Awesome. The chaos of Flotsam intrigues you. Passage to passage, it is the most incoherent place you have ever visited. Plating, cladding, and cushioning of all kinds of conditions hides a forest of wires and ducts, interfacing in ways their manufacturers would never dream possible. Rooms are crushed cargo bays, flipped bridges, and eviscerated engine rooms. Patchwork corridors are lumpen with messy belts, bending worryingly along their length. It is, to put nicely, a total mess. It's not that you don't like it, but finding an artificer among this chaos has been more than a little challenging. This cycle, searching these winding passages once more, seeing only scrap merchants and junk shops, you have begun to wonder if Seraphin had any idea what he was talking about when he advised you to come here. A sleeper, the voice cuts through the pungent air. Well, I never. Janem? 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 Jeanim? How the hell am I supposed to pronounce that? Jonim? I'm gonna call him Jonim. Strange artificer. You glance in the voice's direction and you find yourself looking at a small booth, piled with tech. Behind a fogged and scratched plastic screen is a meticulously arranged counter, the only clear spot in sight. At it, an older man with wet and wandering eyes sits neatly. Jean d'Arc. This is no Jean d'Arc. Excuse me? The man's eyes widen. Apologies, apologies. I wasn't sure you'd even hear me. Oh, that's not an I. That's a line break. Jean me. Okay. Apologies. Jean me tilts his head. I didn't mean to sound rude. Please. He bows a little. It's okay. He smiles warmly, almost bowing again, his hunched shoulders attenuating the movement. How are you feeling, sleeper? I am Jean-Michel, though please, you may call me Jean-Mi. I don't mean to be rude, but I have been following you. No, I don't think that we are literally at his stand. Like this, there is nowhere else where he would be. I work with machines. He sweeps a hand above his counter where you see configurations of tiny parts. Mostly small ones. He smiles. Stay silent. He nods as if you answered, or perhaps just out of habit. The way he said they reminded me of that. Ah, fair enough. Oh, it's a Majora's Mask reference. Oh. He does kind of... Hmm. Hmm. He chops his hand to indicate a stool with a leg bar, meant for perching beside his counter, and such is the clarity and persuasiveness of his movements that you obligingly sit. Your presence is a rare honor here. He smiles and looks down into his lap. I am sorry if I make you uncomfortable. I am just very pleased to see you. That's okay. He looks up. Very kind of you to say. I can see your journey to me has not been easy, he says with genuine concern. You track his eyes across your body, noticing the scuff marks on your thick, vinyl-like skin, and the replaced and broken parts of your body. The marks of violence. You pull your jacket a little tighter. Jean-Mi folds his hands over one over the other and places them on the counter. I do not know what your experiences have been, but I want to assure you that I see you as a person, a being, a soul, shall we say, as valid as any other. You look Jean-Mi, you look at Jean-Mi, his own age and wear also evident. A life of precise and careful work shaping his body into a reflection of his process. You note his unconfident way of speaking, which betrays a certain loneliness, a lack of practice. It is his turn to feel observed. I understand. You are kind. The frankness of the remark takes you by surprise. He looks down at his counter and begins to take apart a tiny piece of machinery that sits there. Many years ago, when I began my apprenticeship, I would find that whenever I saw something that, how to say, was not working well, I was fixated on it and its repair. Of course, the belt is filled with this kind of dysfunctional detail. And so I was busy, for many years, with these small fixings. He smiles in reminiscence. But now I find that when I am interested in things that is not working as it should, he sharply twists one of the parts between his fingers. It is because it might have been some quality not yet foreseen or discovered. He releases the altered object into the air, where it what is that word? Clearly, it's a descriptor of ballet, but how would you say that? Balletically? I guess. It balletically twists into a hypnotic display, like a spinning top whose movements are totally unpredictable. Jean-Mi smiles at you, watching his hypnotic toy. I can see that you're in a process of becoming a sleeper. He catches the spinning toy between his fingers and thumb. Let me aid you in this. Why? It is my habit, and my small offer to you. Jean-Mi's precise hands drop to a device around his neck. He deftly puts a pair of goggles up to his face, masking his red eyes. Hold still, sleeper. Apologies. Something flickers inside the goggles, their face blank. Jean-Mi's hands play across buttons and switches on the exterior, turning, focusing. Let them work. When the goggles are finally lowered, they reveal a look of concern on Jean-Mi's face. I think you better come inside. He kicks off from his desk and disappears. A moment later, you hear a rattle and a small bulkhead door beside the door that you had assumed was rusted shut creaks open. He beckons you inside. His workshop is even more cramped than you expected. As you enter, you are surrounded on all sides with melting holding bundles and bundles of terminals, servers, drives, and cables. At its center, a padded seat and a set of articulated arms, mounted with sensors and tools, fills the space. The seat, please. Jean-Mi gestures at it with a polite smile. What are you going to do? Not to worry. I only wish to examine you. It is non-intrusive. You tentatively settle on the seat, slipping your arms and feet into the straps meant to keep you from floating out of its zero-G. Jean-Mi floats beside you. He looks across your body. There's no damage here, I see that. We will get to that. But I see something else here as well. This is why you came. He looks at you solemnly. Yes. I have never met a sleeper. I have studied them. I was lucky to acquire some materials from SNARP some time ago, in the interest of my own endeavors. He begins arranging a series of sensors around you on articulated arms. You are pleasingly distinct from those materials. His eyes flash with excitement. Am I right in thinking you have been modified? I rebooted myself. Yes, I see that your dependency on stabilizer, on the immune recording portion of its makeup at least, has been broken. He gives you a precise look. But that is not all. You are physically modified. Not externally, but internally. He positions the final sensor. Your tracker is disabled, which makes it impossible for SNARP to find you. Congratulations. He smiles broadly. But this is not all. You have been modified, yes, but you are also being modified as we speak. You feel a strange claustrophobia at Jean-Mi's statement. Modified? Seraphim rebooted your system, ran the recording protocol, but that shouldn't have physically changed you. It only removed your planned obsolescence. That can't be right. Then you are not aware. I am sorry to hear that. He goes to a terminal and flicks a switch. Through the back of the translucent screen, you see a nodal web in the vague shape of a sitting body. Your body. These changes appear to be complex, subtle, but consistent. He goes silent as he taps at the terminal, the presentation of your body rotating and unfolding in unsettling motions. What changes? How is this happening? See here? He points at the flickering representation of your spine, dragging the line towards your head. Your nervous system is growing additional nodal points, here and here. Meanwhile, your emulation interface is growing an umbilical access port. Though towards what end, I am unsure. You instinctively reach back and touch the base of your head. As you do, the scan flickers and stretches with noise. You feel something there, growing, under your thick vinyl skin. You can feel a lump. Or is it just your imagination? You pick at it. He sighs and shuts off the terminal. These changes are puzzle and, in all honesty, the resolution is too poor. I need to run a full diagnostic, but for that I would need... He drifts over to another terminal and brings up screens and screens of text and diagrams. Yes, some kind of medium to hold your suspended emulation. The access jack I can build myself, but we will need to bridge your emulation. He speaks quietly, almost like to himself. A ship mine would be ideal for this. Would have to be high capacity. A prime ship mine, Solheim in origin. Perhaps Helium Gate might hold records of any that were in the system. He taps at his terminal. He turns back to you. Yes, the prime ship mine is essential if you wish further investigation to be done. I will need this above all. I am sorry to say, Sleeper. Can't you tell me more? Like anything more? What if I tell you that I'm being hacked? Would that help? Accurately? No. He messes with his fingers in front of his chest. It is clear that a process has begun, but has yet to complete. He busies himself with taking down the sensors and folding away the articulated arms. As he does, you try to calm yourself. You feel as if you have worms under your skin, and it takes all your focus not to pick at its seams. He suddenly but gently places a hand on yours. Please, remain calm. This can help you. He puts a carefully restored rare component in your hand. He waits for you to fall still. Then he leans back a little, relieving some of the strange intimacy of the moment. For now, our work is concluded. He meshes his fingers again and bows with a small head bob. You're welcome anytime. Thank you. Of course. His manner seems to have returned to something more businesslike, a humble man who knows his customers' needs. You get up from the seat, a little dazed, and push away into the passage. Safe travels, sleeper, he says quietly, placing the promised list in your hand as he lets you back into the station. You leave dazed, unsure how to feel about the insistence of this man's particular kindness, but most of all haunted by the idea of the unseen processes that are running within you. Part of you does not wish to know anything further, to leave this place and never look back, and another is desperate to immediately retrieve every object on this list so that you may know what strangeness is happening within you. For now, you must steady yourself and find a way to continue. Seraphin comes to find you in your bunk. After Jean-Mi's assessment, you find yourself drifting back to the rig, in need of the help, of familiarity and comfort of your ship. Sleeper? Found an artificer? He hovers by the door, looking concerned. Why would I hide this? I'm gonna be honest. He was honest with me. I'll explain it. You tell him about Jean-Mi, how he offered you repairs and ran an assessment of your frame. Described the cramped booth, the articulated arms, the strangeness of seeing your own body atomized upon the terminal screen. Oh, anatomized, not atomized. Then you tell him that your body is changing, growing, in ways that Jean-Mi cannot identify. That some process has been started and you do not know where it will end. You mention umbilical ports and nodal points, trying your best to remember the details of the things he asked you to retrieve. Seraphin grows pale and silent. He shakes his head when you stop talking. Fine. He frowns. That piece of shit has to be behind this. Perhaps. For sure. Seraphin looks stubbornly at the floor. We'll get what you need. We'll find that ship mind. And a bit of work here and there, and we can make it to Helium Gate and wherever else. What about your stuff? We'll do that too. He thumps the wall. We're free, Sleeper. No one can stop us. Just say the word, okay? He goes quiet. Don't give up on yourself just yet. Get up and get back to it. And with that, he turns and kicks off down the corridor, disappearing into the night. I read Atomized too. Fair enough. You wait a little while, staring at the stained ceiling of the bunks, letting the thoughts settle in your mind. And then, when you are ready, you get up and leave, dazed, but with a stony determination growing in your chest. Alrighty then. Jean-Mi's booth. Give prime ship mind. So not just a regular ship mind, I need a prime ship mind. Okay then. Interrogator offices. Float some maintenance, float some interrogation, buy engine components. Well, I've got plenty of ship components, I don't need to buy any here. Yeah, this station is freaking tiny. There's only one special NPC here. I guess I was expecting too much for every point on the map to be like a huge sprawling city. You probably won't find anything as large as the Eye from the first game, but it's still cool that we get to see like actual different like stations with different cultures and specializations. Oh, there's the ad break. We'll be playing a little more, but not too much more. I think maybe half an hour. Or we'll do this contract that I have found, and after that we will call it a day. When you said that, I thought you were gonna say that it was a bot. Nah, no bots here. Wait, oh yeah, I can buy supplies here. For a second, I forgot that I can buy supplies here, and I was scared. Like, is this the only place I can buy supplies? Oh no! But nah, we can buy them. Let's fill up on supplies, motherfucker. Let's tell the crew to look for fuel. So let's go. Okay, let's get one more piece of fuel. Not fill it up, just one more piece. One Piece! The One Piece is real! And actually, let's look far back. Yeah, I can go to Holmes Rock and then we can go to Wellspring afterwards. Oh, I see. The stations with these, like with an extra ring around them, are like big stations, big places. So there's only 3 big stations, and Darkside has like several rings around itself. So I'm guessing Darkside is like the largest station in the belt. Ice Fields, the Scatter, the Wash, the Pocket, Sunward Gap. Cool names. Yeah, let's go do this contract. Confirmable. Local the rig. Yeah, there's literally no local talent that I can recruit for this. They have to take Bliss and Eugen. Travel to the contract. Keep your head where I can see them. The voice crackles over the open channel of your comm suit as you near the stranded rig. You slow your approach a little as you move toward the ship, its shape lumpy and skeletal in the distant light of the sun. A warm welcome. Vowed well for the rest of your job. Bliss shoots you a concerned look. You look up at the stranded ship ahead. Clearly, they are feeling a bit exposed. We're here to help. Well, I figured that, the voice retorts. Otherwise, I would have put a hole in the shiny ring of yours already. This job must be the good one then. We'll see. You arrive at the side of the rig, inspecting the damage as you do. Half the hull plating and big chunks of internal structure seem to be missing, but you have a feeling that this is not what you are here to fix. The airlock opens and you move inside. The interior all exposed wires and metal framework. The systems weave and shudder as it cycles. Huh. Alma, haggard salvager. She's in better days. Nothing of value here, so if you're looking to steal something, you're welcome to it. Alma greets you plainly inside the rig. You do the work that's needed, and I'll let you take your half of the haul. Straight to business, I see. Ain't that what you're here for? Her face is flaccid and unchanging as a rock. If you're here expecting a tea party, you'll be sorely disappointed. Very untrusting. Must mean that once you gain their trust, you get their grade. Huh, we'll see. Hopefully. Here's the short of it. Engine's conked out on me, and I'm no engineer. Can usually get her going, but this time, no dice. She looks between you and the rest of the crew. Surprised there's so many of you, to be honest. Bliss smiles sympathetically. Sorry about that, but don't worry. I've worked on these engines before. They give Alma a wink. I can handle this. Don't be so sure. Alma leads you towards the engine room, the layout of the rig much the same as yours. This girl is a sensitive type. I need to know how to handle her. The central corridor of the ship snakes in a way that isn't familiar to you, and you realize that this rig is far more heavily modified than your own. Something that becomes all the more obvious when you arrive in the engine room. Rather than the rig's stock engine, a singular block and double turbine, with feed lines between. Alma's engine is a mess of piping and feed lines, linking up multiple raw components, welded to the interior frame of the room. Your eyes widen at the sight. Been added to her since I was young. Alma smiles at the chaos. It looked like a bit of a miss, but she purrs when she's running. Bliss is shaking her head slowly. Oh, sleeper. This is going to be special. They let out a puff of air. You struggle to tell if they're intimidated or impressed. Perhaps it's a little bit of both. That's all there's to it. Alma gestures to the exploded engine. Get her running, and you'll get your half of the hull. Okay. What is the hull, actually? Alma glides over to a window set in the side of the engine room and points to the corroded remains of a facility, deep in the asteroid's loosely dusty surface. That there's the hull. She taps on the glass. As good a find as I've ever seen. That pile of scrap? The hull is a building? Building and all that's in it. Alma screws up her face. What? You too good for scrapping? By rights, that building's mine. Scrappers claim. Alma scratches at her mess of hair. But you help me get her running, and you're welcome to take what you want from it. Up to a maximum of 50% of raw mass, that is. That's not what we expected, to be honest. She looks you up and down, and you feel the first acknowledgement of you being a sleeper. I doubt it'll trouble one of you. Anyway, you're leaving with nothing unless my girl here is back in shape by the time you're done. She folds her arms across her chest. So get to it. You turn back to the engine, your eyes tracing the madness of the interlocking systems. You're starting to have a horrible feeling that this contract is some kind of elaborate joke. Nah, it'll be fine. Wow, that is a full freaking space station. That looks sick. Holy, this looks like News, what's his name? Right, News, the edition from Honkai Star Rail. Oh, that is so cool. Ruined facility. Get a scrap component search. Okay, let's leave that for now. My priority is fixing the rig. Alma's girl. The old engine has seen a lot of use and modification. Fixing it means learning how it works. Ah, shit, no. No interface skill check. That's gonna be rough. But at least Bliss and Eugen won't be useless. Engine labor, engine study. That was too easy. If it's broke, I'll fix it. Oh, that was pretty fun. If you say so. Ah. Yeah, why not? Ah. Got some stress, but it's not the end of the world. We might be able to fix this pretty soon, actually. 25% positive. Wait, what's the rolls? It's risky. But could be worse. Nice. Okay, let's see what kind of rolls there are on the asteroid. Pretty much the same. Let's do a reroll. Oh my gosh, it rerolled the 1 into a 1. Thank you, video game. Thank you. Thanks for nothing. Oh wait, I can level up. I completely forgot. Oh, dang it, I forgot to level up. Config cannot be changed. Dang it. -2 stress if reroll is 6. Reroll random dice, but +1 roll. I just realized I can put on my own music for your stream. I mean, yes, pretty much anybody can do that. I mean, if you find the ambience of the game to be so monotone, then yeah, that is absolutely fair. Anyway, let's end the cycle. Gosh, I hate summer. Why is it so hot here? It's so hot in this hot ass room I'm in. You start the Grim Reaper! Love that meme. Almost rig. Ruined facility. Right, almost rig. You go, Bliss. Hope Seraphim saw that. And now... Yeah. Eugen, you do your thingy. Or maybe I should have used the four-sided die. Yeah, oh well. Then stop being so hot. Look, it's not so easy. It's not just a switch I can flip on and off. You all gather in Alma's rig to see the engine tested. The engine room purrs and chitters. It seems to warm with the sound of the engine, with the polymetric vibrations that rattle through the open framework of the interior. You look over to Alma and see her eyes are closed, a small tremble at the corner of her mouth. You look at the engine, Alma's engine, an object that you have come to respect over the past few cycles, even if you haven't necessarily grown to love it. It is, as you see it now, a difficult thing to love. Whole parts of it make little sense, and its oldest systems, those now bypassed and made obsolete by newer additions, still somehow play an integral role you don't understand. It is unwieldy, and unnecessarily so, and the accumulation of parts and patches from its long service make it surprisingly fragile. Meanwhile, other sections have been welded and re-welded so many times that they are impregnable and will never be able to replace. It is uncooperative. prone to sudden outbursts of cooling fluid or even fuel. It is restless and will begin to leak when left idle for too long. It is always too cold or too hot, thanks to the coolant and the fuel, and it is hard to predict which it will be at any given moment. And yet, despite all this, it is an object you feel close to, that you feel a skinship with, because in the end, you too are an accumulation of broken parts, long outliving their operational limits. You too are a machine that has become a story, and a story that has grown beyond the ability of others to understand. You look over to Alma again, and Bliss is there beside her. You can see they are talking, but with the engine running, you cannot hear them. You watch for a moment, Bliss now patiently listening as, in faltering words, Alma explains something to them. Bliss nods, and then suddenly they embrace, gently and with care. Bliss, Bliss pushes back, and as soon as the moment has passed, it seems like it might not have happened at all. Nothing in the two figures' attitude betrays the act, and the room seems unchanged. You try to remember if you have seen them speaking before now, but you recall there are many moments where you were not with Bliss. As you watch Alma approach, you realize the engine is not just special to you, and that between her and Bliss, it might have been the bridge to a unique kind of respect. That's the job, Sleeper. Alma approaches you from the other side of the room, and you know where the payment is to be found. I believe that brings our business to an end. Alma scratches at her hair. Unless you have something to add. What will you do now? I believe that's my business. She bristles at the question. I'll need to find somewhere quiet to resupply and so on. But I don't think you'd like my usual haunts. She gives you a sly look. I appreciate the assistance. You're welcome to take what you want from the hen, if you haven't already. You see a knowing shimmer in her eyes. Now, I must kindly ask you to leave my ship. As the airlock cycles, you look across at Bliss and swear you see a tear in their eye. She said she will blast you. Are weapons common in this game? No. Weapons are pretty rare. Though not ship weapons. Ship weapons and like inter astral weapons. Not inter astral, but like space weapons on ships seem to be common, but not accessible to random people so easily. But like handheld weapons, those are definitely a lot more rare. In the first game, at least, we have found a total of 2 weapons. And we have held one once. And it was such a strange sensation that we did not even realize it was unloaded. Listening to Artcore here. Artcore? Sounds slay. Nice with this game you're playing. Oh, awesome. Great to hear. Huh. Are you okay? Bliss turns to you, as if they forgot you were there. I'm good, Sleeper. Really good. They sniff. This place reminded me of why I do what I do. Why I fix things. There's beauty in it. You find yourself drifting away from Alma's rig in a haze of thoughts. It's clear that you at this point, that Alma's history is written all over this place. But more than that, well, you can't be sure. This story, it seems, is not for you. You realize, as you gaze at the broken remains of the facility, that Alma never took any that never took any of her half of the hall. You turn back and squint at the cockpit of her rig. You see her there, looking out across the spaceland, still as a statue. It's an image that, as you load into the rig and begin the preparations to depart, will stick with you. One that, every time you enter the engine room of your ship, a room almost identical to the engine room of Alma's rig, will leap into your mind. A woman, floating above the wreck of what was once her home, looking for a reason to keep going. Oh, this is. This station was her home. Oh, that sucks. I feel like the characters should have different expressions. Yeah, this game doesn't seem to have like different expression sprites. Everybody has one static expression, but sometimes they do have different sprites. I don't really feel like that's that big of a problem because with the way the text is, you usually don't really look at the character's face when you read their lines. So it's easy to imagine whatever expression they need to have. It's kind of like a book, you know. Anyway, let's scavenge this. Raw material, hidden treasures. You suspect that deep in this facility there might be some components you can use, but it'll be a long search. Well, we have 4 cycles. Should be easy enough. Ah, shit. Neutral outcome. This ain't good. Wait, no, okay. Neutral outcomes are dangerous. I should probably only do that one when I have better chances. Okay, got some material. That's good. Bliss, you're up. I don't care if you get some stress. Positive? What the hell, girl? When did you get so competent? Girl, okay. Damn it, I keep misgendering Bliss. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Bliss just slays so hard. Hi, Bobo. Hey, Mason. So glad to have you here. How you doing? How you doing, Dio? Okay, let's end the cycle. Please don't give me any number 1 die. Ah, fuck. You gave me 1. And pretty shitty dice, too. Oh well. That is EP. Oh no. Congrats on getting second. Can't believe you're the second person here. Okay, let's not do that. Bliss, you're up. Wow, they are on a roll today. Fuck. Flap not cute, Well, how can you expect us not to say that when your response to cuteness is cute? You're adorable. Accept your bets. Accept your fate. You are adorable. Papa's definition of cute. I know, right? They're so cute. Anyway, those are some very bad dice. I think we're better off just... Actually, you should give this another try, will ya? Nah, you got stress. How about you, Bliss? That actually worked. Nuh-uh. What do you mean, nuh-uh? I would say it's actually an uh-huh. Anyway, using these dice would be a bad idea. So let's go take a nap. Another more dice damage. As long as it doesn't damage the same dice twice, I should be good. Now let's use the six-sided die. Yeah. There is a hiss and a rush of stale air as the sealed bay, deep in the facility's tunnels, opens for the first time in years. The beams of your suit lamps reach into the dark, picking out waves of dust and debris. They reveal a small bay, big enough for a shuttle, but not a rig like yours. As you glide inside, those same beams catch on the frame of something that sits at the center of the bay. It is wide and flat, with a cylindrical central section that runs its length. As you move around it, looking at the sections of plates and open frame, you realize it is a ship, or at least it was. This frame, fitted with rusted components and partially covered with all the hull plates, suggests a fast ship, an arrowhead designed to cut through debris and even atmosphere. You float up a little to see its central cylinder, and your lamps reveal a cockpit outfitted for two people. One sat behind the other. The seats are carefully upholstered, and you realize this was a labor of love. The whole ship, in fact, seems to be built by hand, a custom model with little function out here beyond looping around asteroids for the thrill of it. Looking closer, brushing away the surface corrosion, you see flames painted on the hull plates in circling patterns, the brushstrokes visible even after what must be many years. As you inspect the half-finished ship, a sense of quiet wonder keeping you silent, you notice a glint towards its rear. You approach it and see an engine, all interlocking tubes and flared vents. It is unlike any you have ever seen, but the holes in its sides suggest it may never have been finished. These holes are the source of the glint. You reach in and pull out some strange-looking engine components, each pristine and complex. It occurs to you that nothing would please the person who built the ship more than seeing these handmade components put to use. You secure them in your suit and push away from the ship. As you leave the bay, you take one last look at the treasure inside. It's possible it never flew, or perhaps it was in the middle of an extensive refit when this place was abandoned. Either way, its flying years have long since passed, and now, with the bay open, it will corrode much faster, melding with the anonymized scrap of this place in mere cycles. You suppress a shiver, and then start the journey back up to the surface, aware of the components dangling at your side. Actually, now I wonder, does metal still corrode in space? Does corrosion still happen in space? Like, I thought that metal, like corrosion, is a process of oxidation, that it requires air or water or some kind of medium to actually occur, but like in space, there's nothing. So it does. Okay, interesting. Okay, let's do this one. Eugen, you're up. There's still bits out there, but there's also solar arrays. Oh, so sunlight can also cause corruption. Okay, interesting. Nice. The scrap is piled and ready. All that remains is to load it into the rig. You rest a moment, taking a break from dragging the plates you've cut across the asteroid's surface. You find yourself looking up towards Alma's rig, still there on the edge of the crater, and wondering if she's watching. With her engine fixed, you half expected her to leave immediately, but she remains there, on the horizon, unable to leave this place. As if in response, your comms channel buzzes. Nice pile you got there, Alma announces herself on the open channel. We'll make scrappers of your kids yet. Though that scrap will earn you a pretty penny if you know what you're doing. Holmes Rock's always a good place to offload. I'll give it that for free. You look at the stack of ragged, torch-cut plates as they are loaded up into the rig's cargo hold, and you have to admit you do feel a little pride at the work done. Thanks. You earned it. You glance over your shoulder at the cockpit of Alma's rig, where you can see her watching. What is this place anyway? There's a click on the open channel as it closes, and Alma seems to take a moment to consider her response. She clears her throat. How about you tell me what you think, Sleeper? Solheim facility? Some old mine? A hangar. I found a ship. Alma coughs and sputters, then goes silent. Got a good nose for salvage, me, she sniffs. Not just a hangar, though. A home. Alma goes quiet for a moment, but you wait, getting the feeling there's more to be said. See the old arrays on the far side? You turn and look up the rock toward the broken frames and panels you can just make out in the dust, catching the sun's V light. Those were the first priority. Get power running. Recharge the cells for the excavators, the welders. Turn the scrap into something livable. She falters and coughs. Look at them now. You see the tumble-town collection of panels. They look like they were scattered by a careless hand, discarded without much thought. The comms channel clicks off, and you see the distant silhouette of Alma drift from view, out of the cockpit of her rig. You turn back to see that the scrap has been loaded into the ship. You're half of the haul, though you suspect this place is more than just a haul to Alma. And that's everything. We have done our job. Hmm. So that's a lot of raw scrap, and we also got the rare engine components. That's good. That's quite a haul. Hell yeah. I guess it's time to skedaddle. Contract concluded. You can now travel back to the hub. Once you leave, you will not be able to return. Leave the contract? I think so. Okay, usually we have like a whole cutscene when we return to our station. This time, seems no such thing happens. Holmes Rock. Helium Gate. Okay, seeing as we have passed the 2.5 hour mark, like 10 minutes ago, I think there's a good spot to call it a day. Let me just activate this mission. Okay, nice. And yeah, let's go back to the main menu. Was fun, Finn? Not you. And you're the cutie here, not me. Or maybe we're both cuties. Who's to say? What game you going for next, Doctor? Very good question. I still have Risk of Rain, which you bought for me, so that one is definitely on the list. But I think I might actually do another poll, since I think the last 3 or 4 games I played were decided on by me. So yeah, I think it's about time I set up another poll. There's also now more people to vote for the next game, so yeah, that's gonna be fun. I play if you want. I think I would like to start it solo. After that, I can start thinking about uh, inviting people to play with me. Maybe I will make a community night. Who knows? Depends on how many people show interest. Hey, thanks for the stream, Finn. Have a nice day. Not you. Not you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for being here. Anyway, let's check out who we can raid. I think Typicatly is having a birthday stream. Might be really nice to show our appreciation there, but let's see who else is live. Risk of Rain 2, only 4 player without mods, I believe. I mean, look at the size of my community. I think finding even 3 players would be a miracle. Anyway, let's see who's live. Crystal Aura is playing Minecraft. Faye is playing retro games. Fiwawa is playing Minecraft. And yeah, Typicatly is still doing her birthday stream. She's playing Mecha Chameleon. So yeah, let's go watch that. Also, I have recently discovered that it's not called Mecha Chameleon, but Mecha Chameleon. Which probably should have been obvious since there are 2 C's, not just 1 C. Still, I'm so used to calling it Mecha Chameleon that it feels off calling it Mecha Chameleon. Vogue A stare. What? What? Why are you giving me the A stare? Wonder what that means. Mecha, I think, is a Chinese or Japanese word for color. Not sure, but it kind of fits. I have returned. Oh my gosh! Hi, Mizzy. Perfect timing, Mizzy. I'm actually not perfect timing. Terrible timing because we are about to raid out. Because I have a few stare emotes now. Hello, Bun. Then it's gonna abandon us soon. I'm not abandoning you. I'm taking you guys on an adventure. An adventure where I take you to somebody else's stream, and then I disappear to make food and drinks, and probably forget to return. So it's totally not an abandonment thingy. Anyway, yeah, let's go raid Typicatly since she is having a birthday stream. Birthday. Right. Raid, that's the word. Typicatly. That's how you spell it, right? Let me check. Yes, Typicatly. We gotta fellow cats have to stick together. Cats together strong. Raid has been created. Be sure to wish her a happy birthday If you do decide to join the raid, of course, there's no obligation to join the raid. It is all strictly voluntary. But yeah, let's spread the love, won't we? Happy birthday, Fitness. It's not my birthday. My birthday is in. Wait, what month is it? Right now it's July. It's about to be August. Oh, it's 3 months from now, actually. So yeah, fun times. Nya speech. Oh my god, now? Okay, Nya. Okay then, Nya. Thank you all so very much for watching, Nya. I've been very much enjoying this game, Nya. We're definitely gonna be playing some more tomorrow and after tomorrow, Nya. If I don't decide to do an arts and crafts stream, Nya. And yeah, Nya. Fitness needs to say Nya with the raid, Nya. You guys can say Nya. But yeah, okay, the raid is about to happen. So thank you all guys so much for watching, Nya. This has been Avalofins from Christ, Nya, signing off, Nya. Bye bye, Nya. I'm taking my leave, Nya. Love you all, Nya. Bye, Miss. Nya.